Welcome back to episode number 4 of Juicy Conversations with the Juice Girls. The name's kind of sticking. Should we stick with it? Are you working?
No, it's just spam. What is it?
Episode number 4.
An apple. I shouldn't eat an apple.
You are destroying my set that I beautifully created.
It is really pretty. You did a good job.
I'm going to be OCD and remove that.
You can remove it.
Here, I will allot you one slice.
Thank you.
Portion control.
Oh, Lordy.
If you guys didn't know, today we're going to be talking about the seasonality of operating a juice bar. It's a really fun topic, and we've been doing this for so long. We've got a lot of experience
10 years.
as far as the trends and
Yes.
what it looks like to really operate a juice bar.
Yeah.
Today's podcast is sponsored by us.
JuiceBusinessEbooks.com. No, but y'all do really need to know that our next masterclass starts October 25th. So enrollment for that is open. Our masterclass is all of our educational content that we've created over the last 5 or 6 years, all of our ebooks, our best-selling ebooks. And then, over the years, we've done a lot of video trainings and whatnot, and we've kind of narrowed it down to what people need to know the most when starting or looking to revamp their juice business. And so the masterclass is a 6-week course where you get 5 ebooks, a recipe ebook, a how to open a juice shop ebook, a juice truck ebook, a cost per unit, profit margin, Excel calculator, which is amazing. And something that I keep seeing, this is something like our industry so needs, is that calculator.
Yeah.
And you can buy that individually, but it comes in the masterclass. So what else? 12 training videos.
So those really core foundational training videos
Yep.
That a lot of us have built our juice bar on. We've trained a lot of people, almost 1,500 juice bars we've walked alongside, and these are the core principles that really you build your business on, create that strong foundation. So my trainings are geared towards fast tracking you to becoming a professional juicer, and I say that with full confidence because I've trained hundreds of juicers that are just
Probably
crushing
1,000.
it. Yeah.
I mean, numbers-wise, we have helped over 1,400 people start or grow their juice business.
I just got
that
goosebumps.
is a lot. Like, when I actually looked up that number a couple months ago, it's the first time I ever looked up that number. Didn't really care. You know what I mean? It was just like, I wonder what the number is. And I was just shocked because that's like top-level consulting numbers. Like, to serve that many people is a lot. And it's just amazing. It's so cool. And if you look in the industry, you can kind of see it because our recipes, a lot of people serve our recipes, and just do our kind of practices, and it's awesome.
It's so wild.
It's so cool. So thanks for letting us be your consultants.
It's truly an honor to be a part of your guys' journey and to walk alongside y'all. So.
It is. So our masterclass comes with all of that stuff and then a 6-week support group where we check in once a week and go live and then answer questions throughout the group and throughout the week in that group as well. And I think this is our third masterclass. We just started doing that this year because we found that just buying one of the ebooks kind of wasn't enough. It was good if you were looking for that specific info, but a lot of people needed more. So anyways, now we have our full masterclass, and our next one is October 25th.
So excited. If you guys are one of the people that have purchased the masterclass within the last 3 or 4 weeks here and looking to get into that Facebook group, I strongly encourage you to get into the Facebook group because that community is where we really learn. So we've had quite a few people already purchasing. Definitely reach out to Jordan at jkjuices.com and say, hey, I want my spot in the group.
Yeah. Because you can buy the masterclass anytime. It's the 6-week support group that is kind of the open enrollment thing. Yeah. And it is critical. It is amazing. It is really, really good.
And it's so fun to have your group of people. There's just, we love the community aspect of consulting. Something that we've really built our consulting on is just bringing people together and having that group of people that you're kind of working with and starting with is really cool. You can always reach out to them, reach out to the group if you've got questions down the line. It's just a great group to be a part of.
Yeah, so a main part of our masterclass and everything we teach is like kind of the core belief behind our consulting services is to make sure that your business is a blessing and not a burden. Because it is so easy for a business of any kind to quickly become a burden, whether that's you go into huge debt and it's just like, what have I done? What am I doing?
It's going to take me a while to come back from this.
Yeah, or I like never come back for it. I file bankruptcy or something, It's just like, oh my gosh. or you just don't set up the right practices and systems to where you're operating, but you're like not operating. You're just frustrated and mad at your business. We've talked to a lot of people that you just get mad at your business and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. What did I sign up for? And it's not that your business is not worth it or you're not worth it. It's just that you don't have the proper systems in place for your business to be a blessing to you. Instead, it is a burden. Maybe you're just not serving your customers well. You don't understand enough about service and sales and communication. All of these things, that is our goal with everything we do, is to ensure your business is a blessing and not a burden. All the way from the startup phase and protecting yourself 5 years down the line, to the kind of ins and the outs and the days. So if that rings a bell for you, if you're like, oh my gosh, I want to start a business, but I'm scared, because so many business terms is like, you got to go all in. Got to go all in. You're going to risk so much. High risk, high reward. And we don't believe it has to be that way. You can take it day by day, month by month, year by year, brick by brick, and slowly grow your business juice by juice with low risk, because you're being realistic about where you are in your growth terms and your growth spectrum. You're not operating and going $100,000 in debt for a business that can handle like $3,000 in debt right now. You're being realistic. And the most important part of this is when you grow slow, when you manage your risk. So many people look at business investing as like, oh, they don't take into account the risk factor. They're like, oh, it'll be okay down the line.
We'll make money.
Yeah. It's like, do you realize how much risk you're carrying right now? How heavy you are because of the amount of risk you have? So if that rings a bell and you're like, I want to do this, but I'm scared, this is really where we specialize in like growing your business slow, being realistic, you being the one in control, you being your own investor, protecting your family, protecting yourself, and just joyfully growing a business, not stressfully growing a business.
Yeah, for sure.
And so that's really what we focus on and what we prioritize, because our business brains can get a little crazy, and we can believe we're Superwoman or Superman, and it's like, yo, you ain't. You a normal person.
Slow down. Yeah. Let's jump into the pod. Do we have a fun fact today?
The fun fact of the day is I'm pregnant.
Oh my gosh, I did not think that you were going to say that.
Oh, yes. If you've been like, Jordan, where are you?
She's been struggling, yo.
Oh, man. But it's all good, because we're coming out of that hard time. We're getting into the better times, kind of. And it'll be all good.
It's worth it. It's worth it for the little human.
Come a couple months from now, we'll just have a squishy little baby to snuggle, and it'll be great. But
yes.
that's the fun fact of the day. So, and we thought we would also talk about unpasteurized juice and pregnant people. Don't ever do that.
I really did not think you were going to roll with that fun fact, but you just did it.
It's time to tell the people. It's time to let them in.
They're going to want to know how many weeks you are.
A lot of weeks.
So they can track your baby in the womb.
A lot of weeks.
She's out of the tough part.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You think you're supposed to be out of the tough part, but then it's like, what is going on?
I also want to touch on the fact of what happened last week.
What happened last week? I don't know.
Our previous fun fact, if you watched the last podcast.
Oh!
We were talking about our fake
teeth.
Do you want to talk about this?
And then, literally, 2 days later, for the first time in 10 years, my tooth fell out.
I was dead.
And I was looking like a hillbilly, y'all.
Kudos to Jordan, though. She just took it like a boss. She did not care.
I did not care.
Okay. She's out there serving people.
And so I literally looked crazy, and I called 5 dentists. None of them could get me in, and then, like, the 6th one could. So I went that day. I got it re-cemented in, and then it fell out the next morning. So that was Friday. And so I didn't have a tooth Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. And I got to re-put back in on Tuesday. But Friday, I was like, I don't care. Like, I don't care that I don't have a tooth. I'm serving people. We need some normal days around here. When you're sick for weeks on end, and then we also moved recently, and just like the past 2 months have been chaos.
It's been psycho around here.
Yeah. I'm like, I just need a normal day. And I don't care if I don't have a tooth. I need a normal day.
It was bold.
So,
it was a bold move.
it was funny.
And I'm proud of you for just getting out there and doing it.
You just gotta do it.
A lot of people would have hid in their closet.
It was fun. It was a fun conversation for every customer. They came in and I was like, don't be alarmed. I don't have a tooth.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But we're all human. It happens.
Yeah, you handled it like a boss.
So that was funny.
All right. Wow, that was a big fun fact. Jordan's pregnant. Tooth fell out.
Tooth fell out. There's so many more things I could share, but yesterday I just puked like
No, we're not going to talk about
10
that.
times.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
I almost passed out.
I'm going to edit that out. Moving on. Let's jump into the pod.
Okay, what's the pod?
This is a fun time of year. I don't know why I'm singing. This is a big time of year. If you can strategically play this right, you can really hit it off and bring a lot of new eyes to your business.
Yeah.
Drive some foot traffic.
Yep.
Apple cider.
Apple cider.
We're going to talk about apple cider first.
We should tell first how we got started. Well, actually, I have something to say before I forget it.
Yep.
Everyone always thinks, we get this question all the time, do sales go down dramatically in the winter or the fall? Summer's so busy, blah, blah, and the answer is no. Our fall and winter are just as busy as our summer for other reasons. So It's all about how you market, how you sell, what you capitalize on. There's always ways to increase your profit margin depending on the season with seasonal items. And for reasons like this, our fall and our winter are just as busy. The only month that is always slow is February.
We're going to get there. We're going to walk through the whole year.
Okay.
But this episode is really fun. I would encourage you to take notes on...
Take some notes.
We're going to talk about which buttons you want to hit, which marketing buttons you want to hit throughout the year. And if you do it right, you can really drive a lot of sales and a lot of traffic.
I want to drink this.
I know. They're so cute. So apple cider is such a huge opportunity to bring people who don't know about cold pressed juice into your juice bar. It is the one time of year where people are drinking juice, like
or at least are familiar with apple cider and can understand the concept of how this is made.
Yep. Yeah. So this is an opportunity to really educate on how you make your product, why it's superior to grocery store juice or pasteurized juice. This is a great opportunity. Don't miss out on it. When we first started, you want to kind of dive into how this all started?
So we were on the juice truck. Many years on the juice truck now is actually our last year. We were cold pressed, so we can bottle juice ahead of time, or for customers in bulk, essentially, rather than made to order. And one of our regulars, who's really bougie and health focused, but I think that's important because of who made the request. What type of customer is looking for this? She was very health focused and knew a lot about organic farming and cold pressed juice, and she always wants to drink cider, but she can't find organic cider anywhere. And she understood apples are part of the dirty dozen. They're highly sprayed with glyphosate, and she wanted organic cider in bulk for her whole family. She was like, I want my whole family to enjoy this. And so we started making her growlers of cider, and then we posted it online, and apparently a ton of other people were interested in buying $40 growlers of cider, and we were like, nobody's gonna buy this.
We were shocked.
Who would spend this much money on cider? And apparently when you put the why behind it and the education behind a product, and you're transparent, and it's just like, hey guys, we're just throwing this out there. This is sales. A good salesperson isn't thinking about themselves, isn't thinking we can sell this and make so much money. They're thinking about the customer and going, this seems like something my customer really wants, and one person really wanted this, maybe another person does. Let's put it out there and put the why out there. Hey guys, we've got organic cider. This is raw and pasteurized. It's made with very high quality apples. It's kind of pricey, but that's because X, Y, and Z. And if you want it, we got it, and we would love to make it for you. And the customer was like, yes, I want it. And that's how it got started. That's how our cider journey started. Yeah.
We sell it year round on our website. People will order it. This year we're choosing to offer it in a 32-ounce size, just to kind of make it more accessible. Things are so expensive right now, and from a consumer standpoint, it's a lot easier to buy a almost $30 jug of cider than an almost $60.
Yeah, because normally our cider is $9, but this year it's $10, and so normally our only big size, a 12-ounce bottle, is $10, and a big growler would be $50, and this is $26. And so we don't offer, I know we'll get this question, we get it a lot, we do not offer any kind of bulk discount on this. The $50 one, it is discounted like 5%, very minimal, but this is not, it's the same cost per ounce for a 10-ounce bottle. It's just a bigger size, and for $26, that's reasonable, like $50 feels like a lot, but $26, it's like the normal person can buy this and enjoy it and enjoy the health benefits, and this is a good size for most. Sure.
And it is what it is right now. Our apples right now are $1.70 a pound. It's just, things are crazy right now. So.
Yep. Usually they'll go up, but they'll come back down, and they just haven't came down. They've just stayed up.
We're waiting.
So it's okay though, because there's other, like we talk about, if some of your menu items, your cost of goods is a little high, that's okay, because other items are a little lower, and it all balances each other out when you look at your total growth, your total sales.
Yeah. Speaking to that, we are about to launch another product that's going to offset the cost of this.
It's so exciting.
We're going to talk about that, and I've got so many fun podcast ideas planned for you guys. The next 2 episodes are fire.
I want to say something. If you hear us say like an exciting product we're working on, or this or that, if you're in our private business training group, the JK Collective, you get live access.
Y'all already know what's coming.
Yeah,
in the collective.
We just share the behind the scenes of how we operate JK here. So we share that recipe and how we tweak it and where we are and how we price it and all of that in that private business training group.
Links to all this stuff, where we get the bottles, all the behind the scenes of our business is shared in our collective.
It's a really cool group.
I love that group so much.
It's such a transparent, fun place to chat with fellow juice business owners and share what we're doing.
In addition to our classic cider, which is what we sell the most of, we also have a spice cider recipe. We're going to dive into some more fall seasonal recipes we have here, but a pumpkin press. So if you're looking for these recipes, check out our recipe ebook. It's always linked down in the description. It's a great resource to have if you're operating a juice bar.
If you don't have our recipe ebook, what are you waiting on? It's our #1 selling ebook, and it's like every juice bar has to purchase it at some point in their journey, because it's so foundational. It has all of our milk concentrates and our snap recipe, our sweeter. It's like, if you are starting a juice business, you need these recipes. And the one thing is, we add recipes to it. Maybe once a year we'll add a recipe to it that was hugely selling, that we know you guys need. So it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, it really is. And as we work our way through our seasonal recipes here, we're going to talk about all of them are in the recipe ebook, or will be in the recipe ebook. I know we're going to talk about our watermelon lemonade, but definitely grab that ebook. People message me every day saying they use it every day. It's an invaluable resource.
It's great.
If you sell, it will take 50 to 60 12-ounce juices to pay for it. So it's incredibly valuable for the amount of info you get and the price it's at.
I mean, to get the recipes of a full juice business, you don't have to put
let's move on from the recipe.
I'm just so confident in that product. I love
that.
it so
much.
Love
that resource.
We're selling.
We haven't sold in a few weeks, so we're just
buy our stuff.
I'm gonna edit that out too. We've been a little MIA lately.
Very MIA.
That's all getting edited out. Did we cover everything on the cider that we wanted to talk about? Let's talk about the cider itself.
Okay.
So our cider is a blend of 3 different apples. Jordan created the recipe a few years ago. It's incredible. It's so well balanced, sweet, tart. It's great. It's got.
I did research.
You did. You went down the apple cider rabbit hole.
We're not just gonna make apple cider.
Classic JK.
Cider. We're making this amazing.
It's good, y'all.
So there's a specific blend of apples, and we've heard time and time again, this is the best cider I've ever tasted in my entire life.
Yeah, because it's not drowned in.
There's 2 reasons. Yeah. What were we gonna say?
It's not drowned in glyphosate, and glyphosate, y'all. If you don't, it's a recent study came out that 80% of the people eating a standard American diet had glyphosate in their urine. It's a known carcinogen. Let's move on.
No, and it's banned in every country for health reasons except for the U.S.
Okay, so that's all we're going to say. But
this is why we eat all organic.
Yeah, and grow our own food. It's just so good. It's good. People love to heat it up. Throw some cinnamon in it.
It's not pasteurized, so it's got full brightness and flavor. Okay?
I would definitely market that too, because there's a strange amount of people looking for raw cider that want to ferment it.
Oh, ferment it. We do.
So when you're marketing it, make sure that you tell them that it's raw.
Yeah. So it's not pasteurized. It's made with good apples, and it's a specific intentional blend. It's not just here's some apples. No, it's here's good.
You could definitely mess up cider. I've done it.
Yeah.
It's got to be structured well.
It does taste 1,000 times better.
It's so good. And there's so many health benefits to drinking raw apple juice. When you're marketing this, market the benefits of eating a raw apple. It's so many fun. You can do so many mocktail recipes with this.
Yes.
We sell this in our holiday 6-packs. We're going to get there. Let's get moving.
It's got a good shelf life. It just gets did you already talk about that?
I think I meant to, but it's got a week shelf life.
And if you let it go longer, it gets a little.
It's fun. It's a great recipe to market this time of year, and it's going to bring in those eyes. It's going to bring in foot traffic. It's such an opportunity to sell and to lead people into your ecosystem. Like, hey, we got sweet green that's mainly apple. It kind of tastes like apple cider. It's got spinach in it too.
It's like an apple cider with your greens.
It's the segue.
If you close your eyes, you think you're kind of drinking cider.
Yep. Before you know it, you got new customers coming in weekly.
Yeah. And so, like, I see a lot of comments on our page of cute little ladies saying, like, oh, let's pick up another growler for drinks on Saturday night by the campfire. And so they use it as a fun thing. You know, it's like a special treat. Again, it's an experience. Anytime you can, just like a cleanse, anytime you can make a product that is not only healthy, but then has some kind of experience behind it.
A feeling. They say sell a feeling.
Yes. Cider has that fall fun feeling behind it. And it's like, it's a party item. It's a campfire item. It's a mixer thingy. It's not just a health drink. No, it's something you share, and it's an experience. Same with the juice cleanse. You gotta, is this a phrase, you got a leg up? You have a leg up in the in the market because you're selling more than just a health item. You're selling a feeling, an experience.
Yeah. So Jordan just pointed out a strong transition we're going into right now as juiceries. We're moving into fun, holiday style.
Yes.
We're moving into the enjoyment factor of juices rather than the cleansing, healing. It's a different vibe we're moving into.
Especially in our area.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we have hot summers and freezing cold winters. And so you have to change the tone to fit the customer. And the tone this time of year is fall, fun, Christmas, holidays, yes.
So, other fall recipes we have here are pumpkin press. We haven't made that in a while.
It's not a great recipe.
I loved it.
No, it tastes good. It's not an efficient or profitable recipe because it's got all hard things. It's got pumpkin, squash, sweet potato, all very hard.
The reason we were struggling with that recipe is because we were making it on the mini grinder. We hadn't yet leveled up our brains to use the Samick yet. So if you've got a Samick, don't be afraid to juice those harder pumpkins, those squash. If you're looking for something easier, I love sweet potatoes. They're the easiest fall item to juice.
Yes.
You don't have to peel them. You can slice them like a carrot. They perform very well flavor-wise with that cinnamon. Yes.
Agreed with you, 100%. Sweet potatoes are so fun. Starchy.
Yes.
They are noticeably starchy and
just like that pumpkin. It's got that same feeling as a pumpkin or a squash.
Did we leave the rind on the pumpkin?
I'm about 80% sure we did.
So have we ever juiced pumpkin with a Samick grinder?
No.
Okay. That would be game changing. But also, quality organic pumpkins are so expensive.
Do we know that for sure?
I'm pretty much
positive. Have we confirmed that this year?
I mean, I remember them being this was an expensive recipe to make 3 years ago.
Yeah. So when we're seasonally shopping for items, we want to look for liquid bases that are around $1. That was a year ago, $1 a pound. Right now, things are sitting at around $1.50 a pound.
But even watermelon and pineapple?
Watermelons were just over $1 this summer.
See, but that's why we did so many watermelon juices.
We're gonna get to summer.
Profitable.
We're gonna get to summer.
Okay.
But when you're seasonally shopping for things, look for those liquid bases that are cheap, around $1.50 a pound. And if you're gonna get a good deal on them, you can load up. The first year we did the pumpkin press, there were pumpkins everywhere.
There were. And people same with watermelons. We would buy watermelons just in bulk because they were so cheap.
Yeah. People thought they were decor, but we were really
actually
juicing them up. So ask around, see what you can find.
Yep, your local farmers.
Definitely a fun one, and anytime we can switch up and add a fun daily special, a seasonal special, it's going to bring people in your door, which is why it's so important to pay attention to these seasonal trends. So.
And it's also why almost every day we make a daily special.
We try to switch things up all the time.
Because it gets our customers' attention. And definitely, if you make a pumpkin juice, feel free to use the name pumpkin press, because it's a great name. Pumpkin press. I want the pumpkin press juice. That's awesome. I just love that.
So fun. We definitely need to give that a whirl again.
We'll give it a go.
If you've got a Samick, now's the time with all these hard root veggies. What?
We should add sweet potato to our classic as a fall special. That would be delicious.
Delightful. Sweet potatoes are just loaded with carotenoids, beta.
That sounds bad. A carotenoid sounds bad.
Vitamin C. So you're going to see a lot of produce coming into season now that's just loaded with vitamin C. Carrots are going to be amazingly good with the frost coming. Squash are amazing. Pumpkins,
I wonder if that's
sweet potatoes.
I wonder if God did that on purpose to boost
100%.
our immune systems.
So
Thank you, Lord.
this is a time where we are also going to, even though we're marketing these fun things, we're also going to start hitting that cold and flu season button, pushing those ginger shots, those immune boosting packs. This is the time where people want to have fun, but also want to feel good.
Feel good.
Tacking on ginger shots to every order. We are selling ginger shots.
I am just
crazy.
every day. I am amazed at how many ginger shots we sell. They are expensive, and they're this small.
They're good,
and people don't blink an eye at them.
It's just good. It's easy. You know that it's good for you. You know it's boosting your immune system.
I mean, it does and it doesn't surprise me because, like, I'm shooting them all day too.
Yeah.
And
we've got garlic shots in the fridge right
just
now.
Awesome.
They're so good. You're also going to start to see us marketing. So we're normally focusing on one big ticket item that we regularly market. We're going to start moving into frozen immune boosting packs, just to have those in your freezer on hand for when you get sick. It's just another thing we're going to start marketing.
Those are really huge.
Yeah.
We do a lot of those, especially like January, February. You know, where people are done thinking about the holidays and spending money on the holidays, and now they want to focus more inward on self-care, and people are getting sick a lot. And those immune boost packs, which are almost $300, we sell them left and right because people are sick of being sick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sick of being sick. So we carry our fall seasonals all the way to the new year. We'll sell cider throughout
Christmas and
all the holidays, as a lot of people order them for parties, like Jordan said. About the time, a couple weeks before Thanksgiving, we'll introduce our pomegranate juice.
I'm so excited.
It's just so good. It's just,
we call it holiday juice.
I always mess that name up, but
why?
I don't.
What do you call it?
I call it like pomegranate punch or something.
Oh, you know, I think that pomegranate punch is a better name because it's very punchy looking. Like it's emerald.
It's tart.
It's like a what's the color? Like a magenta?
Emeraldy, yeah.
Emerald is green. It's like an emerald as far as jewel toned purpley. It's just so pretty. I like the name
Pomegranate punch.
But I feel like we call it holiday juice.
Yeah. So that time of year, we're right before Thanksgiving, a couple weeks out, we'll start to take pre-orders for growlers or quarts of
I think this year we should just do quarts.
apple cider and pomegranate juice. We also start introducing our 6-packs, kind of like a party pack. So we'll do 2 ciders, 2 holiday juices, 2 nogs.
So usually 2 nogs is what we did, yeah.
So about that same time, we launch our holiday nog, which is a spiced almond milk.
Oh my gosh!
There was one year we served it till midsummer because people wouldn't let us take it off the menu.
That one year was insane. People, oh my gosh! I think
people would chug a bottle, walk back in the door, and grab more.
I think it was it was like the day before Christmas or something, you know what I mean? And we had pre-orders out for holiday orders, and the holiday nog growler orders were just like
absurd.
It is really, really good.
So it's
like thick.
It's our
tastes like
best.
A chai. It kind of tastes like a chai.
I think it's our best seasonal item that we've ever created.
It's intense.
It's just thick and cinnamony and spice.
Let's
it's
read
really
the ingredients.
It's really like an eggnog.
Yes. Oh, that was the inspiration behind it, was eggnog. Yet Lauren and I both have never had eggnog, so we just researched the ingredients of eggnog, knowing also that it's like really thick and eggy. So almonds, cashews, dates, water, maple syrup, mesquite powder, vanilla, cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, and salt.
It's just so good. That mesquite gives it that smoky. It's just incredible. It's in our recipe ebook if you're wanting it.
The cutest label ever.
Favorite label you've ever designed?
I know. I don't know where my brain came up with this, how my brain came up with it.
It even says joy to the world.
It does. It says joy to the world. The king is
so cute.
What was I? No, I was going to say something. What was I going to say? It was important. Oh, I spelled nog with 2 G's.
Intentionally?
Kind of. My subconscious is smarter than my normal brain. Because there's a visual. When you see eggnog, there's 2 G's in the egg. and there's one G in the nog. So to make this look visually even more like eggnog when
your
you read it.
Your dyslexic brain is genius.
My subconscious is like a genius. I put 2 G's in the word nog to make it look like egg.
Genius.
I'm so cool. I mean, some of you might think that's dumb, but I think that's really cool.
No,
and the fact that I never
you are
double-checked
strangely brilliant, Jordan. That's my best way to describe your brain.
Let's put it on here because it's cute. Gosh, I love it.
So those are all of our holiday seasonals. This year we're coming up on a year of our superfood lattes. We've got a pumpkin spice latte that's so good from Terrasoul. Highly recommend checking that out. It's also made with our pumpkin seed milk, which is like just the ultimate pumpkin spice latte. It's incredible.
What's going on?
It's incredible.
Oh my gosh.
Can you wear that?
No.
It keeps falling. Okay. Just tuck it in there. It's going to be, the audio's going to be all over the
Podcast
place.
manager is yelling at me.
It's like we haven't made thousands of pieces of content. So the holidays are wrapping up. It's maybe when do we start pushing that new year, new you marketing?
We usually mention it in December. Well, the first year we mentioned it in November.
Really?
Yes, we mentioned it early. We were on fire.
That was the first year we were open here in the shop and started to really think about juice cleanses. We just couldn't do it on the truck. It was too small of a footprint. We didn't have enough storage for produce. We were working on smaller equipment. It wasn't time yet to do juice cleanses, but when we started thinking about that, it was just like a light bulb moment we had.
I like everything. Randomly, we're like, yo, what do you think? What about this? And then it just explodes in the next 3 days.
Yeah.
We act on everything so fast.
But
we had the idea of the New Year's cleanse, which was like this big event. It was a 4-week cleanse.
Community
A
cleanse.
community cleanse starting the new year. And every week you came and you picked up a 1-day cleanse. And you did it for 4 weeks. And so the idea behind it was the consistency of every week doing a 1-day cleanse, resetting your system, getting on track, and doing that for 4 weeks straight for all of January.
It was a New Year's resolution you could stick to.
That was the slogan.
To get everybody's eating crap throughout the holidays.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to feel better when they start the new year. It was the perfect, man, we just nailed it. And we got so many signups.
We did really intentional marketing. We talked about it a lot. We made it easy and clear on how to sign up and what the directions were. And we were just like, holy cow. And it was probably December. We were like,
this is getting out of hand.
How are we going to make all of these? And we are ones to think about process. Like, we really do think, how many juices are we going to have to make? What should we cut it off? How long is that going to take? How many bottles are... Like, we just really think about what is this actually going to take to fulfill?
Yeah, which is why we hit that point where we were just like...
Yes.
Up until that point, we've been operating our juice bar on the Mini.
On the Mini.
That's all we had.
And I feel like I remember us being like, if we sell this many by this date, we got to buy an X one. And so I remember emailing Charlie and being like, hey, we might need an X1 by
Fast.
January 1st. Like, shipping it in like 2 weeks. Is this possible? And I feel like I even said, like, we kind of need to know, because if it's not possible, we need to cut off our signups. If it is possible, well, then we can just shoot for
Let's
the moon.
go.
And he was, we back and forth. He's like, yeah, like, we can do this, blah, blah, blah. And we did. And like a couple days later, we bought next one. And
oh man, let me tell you, when I was stress levels were like the day before we had to make these New Year's cleanses. We don't even have Judy in house yet.
Really?
Yes.
I
The
don't remember
first
that.
time that we juiced on Judy was for the New Year's cleanse. And we were also waiting on a bottle shipment from Stampak because we didn't have the volume of, this was like ripping the Band-Aid off. We went from small little like normal juicery to like, holy crap, we have to make this many cleanses. We've never used this juicer. We don't have the bottles. It was just like.
And it was also the realization of like, this whole cleanse event is going to pay for our X1.
For sure.
And that was a reverse look back on like use big cleanse events to fund the next big thing you need. Like if you need to make money, you can make money. You own a business. Like sell a bunch of stuff and make the money to make that next investment. And So then following that, there were more times where we used big cleanse events to just get huge amounts of cash flow.
If we want to do something, that's our first thing. And this just shows the power of marketing.
Yeah, of intentional sales.
If you are not seeing this trend here throughout this podcast and realizing how powerful marketing is, open your eyes to the possibilities. You have endless potential. When you just sit down and think, but it was a light bulb moment, and Jordan and I just ran with it. And the next thing we know, we've got a next one, and a crazy amount of cleanse orders.
It's two things. One thing we're really good at is menu development and realizing what would sell, what would our customers really need, what is a gap in the market that we could really fulfill. And a cleanse event is one of them. Like, everyone wants to do juice cleanses, New Year's event. We can do this, we can host this, we can fulfill it, and then we can market it, we can sell it, we can post about it online, we can communicate it, get the message out there well. And same with apple cider, you know what I mean? It's an intentional menu development item that then we sell and we market intentionally. We get the information out there intentionally. We have the conversations with our customers intentionally. And for example, the New Year's cleanse, that didn't just sell. That was people coming in, and every single customer that came in, I would say to them, hey guys, we're hosting this big New Year's cleanse event. Here's the info on it. You should consider it. If you like juice, if you're coming in here a couple days a week, this is a big cleanse event where you could really have an awesome start to your new year. And so it was intentional sales. It was believing in our product, being passionate about our product, and putting ourselves out there and saying, hey, you should check this out. And talking about it on social, having the conversations with all the DMs. And so products don't just sell, you know, you have to intentionally get into those conversations with your customers and intentionally market your new items and intentionally develop those recipes to be good, right?
There is no cruise control when you are running a business. You have to show up every day, put the thought in, make the product.
Passive income. I mean, nobody said a juice bar is passive income, but just in general.
No, you're right, though. It's like people say real estate is passive income. It's not.
No, my gosh, you have to work. If you want to be the greatest, you got to work at it.
Yeah, and you could be average. You could be an average juice bar that doesn't put the time into marketing, or have a strong salesman, or have a strong cook in the kitchen that makes incredible products. But when you do these things right, and when you play this game of marketing and really care about your product, that's when you hit it out of the park, and it's so much fun. We genuinely love playing this game.
Well, that's the core of our business is a blessing. It's fun because we know how to make it fun, and we know how to make it be a blessing instead of a burden. But also, if you have a juice business, you don't have time to waste, okay? Like, you're doing this right now, you're in the thick of it, you're doing your juice business. Think about how much you've put on the line, how much you've invested, how much time you've invested. You don't have time to do this mediocre. Like, think 5 years from now. If you do it mediocre, okay, you're probably going to be closed. If you do it cool, if you do it intentional, if you do it level 1000, if you invest into yourself by taking our masterclass, by getting our recipe ebook, by taking a sales course, by taking a marketing course, it's so important to invest internal. Like, go spend some money on personal development and learn from mentors and realize I got some unlocked potential in here. If I can just have people teach me, show me, believe in me, then I believe in myself. And 5 years from now, you don't just have like a mediocre juice business. No, you got like a kingdom, like juice.
An empire.
Like craziness.
We've seen that this year. Just the legwork we put in since we launched our first New Year's cleanse. The sheer amount of cleanses we are moving this year is crazy, and it's because we consistently show up and market them and consistently put out an amazing product, and we're really reaping the rewards. Just recently we thought, like, only now is it a relevant time to open a juice bar in Findlay, Ohio. And if we weren't so strong at marketing and just showing up and pushing our product and creating amazing products, I don't know that a juice bar would really survive in Findlay, Ohio. We are really, are you agreeing or disagreeing?
No, I agree, I don't think any business can just passively survive, you know?
Sure.
I think it has to be intentional.
For sure. And we're just seeing this really cool shift in our local community towards health. We're selling lots of strong juices. It's kind of surprising me. And the cleanses, it's just crazy. So consistently putting in that legwork is so strong, and it's really powerful.
Yeah. 2 things I want to say. One, success is 5% brains and 95% consistency. You'll hear people talk about this, and it's a hard concept to grasp. I heard this really smart business person say, If you can do something for 1 year and not give up, you'll make money. If you can do something for 10 years, and what he means by that is work, and not see much progress, okay? Work, but not see much huge growth or huge money. If you can do it,
still have the patience to show up despite that.
Yes, the consistency to keep doing it for 10 years, you'll make a lot of money. If you can do something for 20 years, you'll make millions. And that doesn't mean you're doing it exponentially wonderfully. It just means you're being consistent, because there's something about just being patient and consistently doing something, and people seeing you stick around, people seeing you believe in your own product, you learning the ropes of your industry and how you sell and how your brand operates and how your business thrives, that you can only learn with patience and consistency, that then one day you wake up and you're like, we've been doing this for 10 years, and holy cow, all of a sudden customers that got in our circle 5 years from now are now buying in. It took them 5 years to watch our journey before they buy in. So essentially, that was a sale. Yes, I saw the fruits of it today, but that was a sale that was made 5 years ago. And so you only see that when you do it consistent for so long. Another way to visualize this, but that idea is really hard to grasp unless you've gone through
unless you've been in it.
Because it sounds so up in the air.
Yeah.
Like, I'm supposed to do something for 10 years. Yeah, you're supposed to believe and preach your message for 10 years. And you will reap the benefits of those 10 years of sales conversations, impacts, all of it. All of a sudden, it'll just be like, here it is. Another way people visualize this is I heard this from a smart person. That's all I can describe her as.
Anonymously smart person.
A really smart person. That's social media, right? You just like follow all these people that are smart and you don't always know who they are. But she said, there's this type of tree that you have to water it every single day for 3 years. It doesn't grow. You water it every day. Nothing happens. You're just watering the soil. And you're like, what is going on? I'm watering this every single day. I show up, nothing's happening. But then on that third year, it grows insanely tall and big, insanely fast. Where every day you're like, another inch. And that tree would have only grown that quickly, that fast,
if it had the root structure.
If it had the root structure and that consistent watering every single day. So you have to pour in every day. Then all of a sudden you see those benefits. And again, it's even a concept that's hard for me to grasp, even though we have kind of lived it out. But the best way to describe it is you're laying a foundation, you're talking, you're selling, you're educating for years upon years. And these customers might never buy until that 5-year mark, until that 2-year mark, until that 10-year mark, and that's when they actually buy in. And so they're in your ecosystem, they're listening, and they're aware, but they're not purchasing. And so you consistently showing up every day for that many years, eventually they do, and then they're hooked, because not only do they have the product, but they have the education and the story behind it. And it just like, it works.
And just trust. There's so much trust when you are really passionate about what you do and you don't give up on it. Mm-hmm. There's so much trust there.
Because it shows you believe in your message enough, right? Like here at JK, we believe so much in juicing. We believe so much in our consulting services. We believe so much in what we're doing and how we're serving customers that like, even if every day isn't wonderfully amazing, nobody's gonna knock us off this hill. Like this is a hill we're dying on. It's a hill we're standing on. And we're like, if nobody else is enjoying it, we're enjoying it. Like we love making juice and serving juice, and we believe in it so much that like it doesn't really matter what anyone says or thinks. We know that this is the path we're supposed to be on, and it's just like y'all can join the party if you want to, but we're here.
We're still gonna be here.
Yeah, and that's loving what you do, right? That's believing in what you have. Yeah.
So soon we are going to start marketing our New Year's cleanse. We'll probably wait till like December. People like to still. There's a certain point where people are like partying to like focusing on New Year.
Yeah, one sales technique I've heard is people don't need more time, they need more reasons. They don't need more time to sign up, they need more reasons to sign up. So it's not always about time, it's about how you execute and how you sell.
Yeah, and we normally don't start that till like mid-January because there's still parties going on and whatnot. So January, start hitting that late December, start hitting that button. Then we move into cold and flu season where we just constantly, we're talking about shots, we're talking about immune support, we're talking about carrot juice, we're talking about celery, those immune boost frozen packs, stock your freezer. And then February hits and it's just like, this is a time where you rest.
Yeah, you kind of just take a breather.
Everybody's like, woo, The holidays were crazy. The New Year's resolutions I wanted to do didn't work out.
No, I'm just cold.
It's 15 degrees outside.
I'm cold and I'm depressed.
Yep. Everybody just kind of takes a break February. It's a great time to work on your business instead of in your business. All of our biggest projects we've launched in February.
We've done a lot of February work
in the winter. Great time to just those projects you want to do or those renovations you want to do in your shop. If you have a winter, it's a great time to kind of just chill. If you want to take a month off and just focus on you for a while, it's a great time.
Or like go on vacation because your shop isn't going to need so much from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a baby. I had a baby in February, planned on purpose for that reason.
When does this one due?
April.
Seriously?
It's fine. We'll figure it out.
We're we have Judy now.
Yeah.
But great time
Seriously?
just to... Did you plan that?
I didn't consult with my
your other
business person. I figured out we were pretty steady.
We're fine, yeah. Honestly, there have been like no ebbs and flows this year for us. It's just been like pedal to the metal every day. So. And we have Judy, and we're so good at what we do.
We got a routine.
We got it down. March begins the madness. March, April is where everybody is wanting to restart, refresh. Spring is coming. The temperatures are warming up. People are coming back to life. Get ready for cleanse season in March.
March, April,
Yeah, it's going to hit earlier than you would think. It always sneaks up on me.
People just are so hopeful.
Yeah, you get like one 60-degree day and they're like, juice cleanse. It just happens.
I'm going to wear my swimsuit tomorrow.
Everybody gets excited, and then you just kind of ride that juice cleanse wave all the way through. We're still riding it. I think we made almost 10 3-day cleanses last week. It's just crazy. Summer is a fun time to do so many seasonals. It's probably our biggest time of year for daily specials. We just have so much fun with watermelons, pineapples. This year we made our watermelon, pineapple, mango, bell pepper.
Bell pepper, top seller of the year.
No, it's not.
It wasn't. No. Sorry, it was not our best seller. No, but it was. As far as a daily special, it was huge.
It was incredible.
Yes.
That one will be getting into the recipe ebook.
Yeah.
Shark juice was a huge hit. It's so fun to have this kind of access to other juice bars who are also serving our daily specials, and just to see the feedback that they get, the feedback from them as juicers and the feedback from their customers as well, selling out markets. Can't keep them in stock. The margin on this is crazy. Like, thank you for the recipe.
Because we give those daily special recipes in the JK Collective. So we'll give it to them, they'll make it, they'll report back, guys, I sold out, blah, 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 blah.
I can't keep this in stock. It's so fun to watch those take off. So our watermelon bell pep was huge this year. Did we create shark juice this year?
No, we made it last year, but this year we really solidified it and made it a thing.
Yeah, so that's a whole note on menu development. That recipe took a year to develop to perfect. Yeah. But that recipe had its little viral moment in our community.
It did.
Just crazy amounts of that.
All of a sudden, everyone's buying Terrasol, Spirulina, and there's blue juice everywhere. I love it.
So fun. Summer is a wild time to play with herbs as well. You can get so many fun. We made an amazing berry basil lemonade. Unfortunately, I only could get enough to make one batch, but that recipe was wild. Also in the collective, so many fun seasonal options. Bell peppers, I love juicing bell peppers. It's just a great flavor, loaded with vitamin C. So many fun things. After summer, we dove into garlic. When my garlic harvest came up, I was really excited to play with it, just for personal preference. But then we developed these garlic shots that have hit it out of the park. They're so good. They're in the fridge right now. Everybody in the collective and their customers are loving them. Yeah. They're so good. It's a wild experience.
That'll be huge this winter.
Yeah, it's a savory, sweet, spicy.
Tastes like a mango taco.
It's so good.
Mango salsa.
Highly recommend making that recipe if you're in the collective.
Yes.
And then we just kind of work our way into fall and start apple cider season and
that's our
do it all
system.
Over again.
Yep.
It's definitely fun to push those marketing buttons to create. Always be creating. As a juicer, it's always fun to just you kind of have to prioritize it and to fit it into the schedule, because we can get so lost in those daily just a daily grind, but
and it sparks the joy of juicing.
Yeah, for sure.
You make something fun, and the customers get to try it, and
it brings
it's a really fun part.
Yeah, it brings so much joy just to our day to day, like our week.
Yeah.
We kind of pick that story we want to tell that week and what ingredient we're working with. And it brings a lot of fun. A lot of fun to the community, to our day, to our process.
It's just like a chef. I mean, it's just you creating things for people to enjoy. And it's like, wow, it's so fun.
It is fun. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up here. Anything else we want to talk about? What you got on your notes?
Yeah, no, I talked about all that.
Cool. We'll see you guys. I have some really fun podcasts. Really fun podcast. I shouldn't hype it up that much because then your expectations.
Yeah, my expectations are very high.
But we're gonna dive into a topic next week. I got to start the prep tomorrow. We're gonna talk about juice preservation, but in a way that we have never experienced.
Oh yeah, we're doing
before.
something new.
I think it's gonna be a big topic, fun topic to cover with y'all. I think you're really gonna enjoy it. Or
oh my gosh.
We could go a different route next week.
No, we're doing that next week.
Okay.
We gotta see what happens.
Gotta see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
That's Riv's, Jordan's son's life motto. It's a great life motto to follow.
See what happens.
See what happens.
Let's just see what happens.
All right.
Let's see what happens if we have cupcake for dinner. I'm just kidding. That thing never says that.
That kid is a vegaholic, a veggieaholic.
The kid drinks spicy juice, ginger juice,
Classic.
all the time.
Shots.
But wait, what did he say this morning? He got into the cupboard where I have a thing of sprinkles. And I come out to the kitchen at 8 a.m. What are you doing? Mom, just 2 sprinkles. Just 2 sprinkles.
He knows. He's like, this isn't going to go over well.
Not 5, just 2, Mom.
Just 2.
Go for it, kid.
Live your life. See what happens.
See what happens.